Let's fucking go, my nigga. Let's fucking go with this shit. So you already see this shit, okay? The Toronto Raptors go and take a 2-1 lead on the Golden State Warriors, my nigga. So anyways, it's your boy Sauceman. Check it back at your niggas with another goddamn video today. But anyways, I'm actually surprised with this shit. Okay, I'm actually fucking surprised. I'm not surprised at the fact that the Toronto Raptors won, but considering the fact that the Golden State Warriors had a lot of fucking injuries in this shit, okay? They have a lot of fucking problems, and the Toronto Raptors basically played better than I expected them to play on the road, and coming in and winning Game 3 in this shit. So we already know Toronto Raptors actually go in, take a 2-1 lead on the Golden State Warriors, 2 fucking wins away from a goddamn championship, my nigga, okay? 2 fucking wins away. Hopefully I'm not overreacting to this shit because you never know what the fuck is gonna happen to the rest of this goddamn series. So anyways, let me just go ahead and recap this goddamn game, okay? Let me just go ahead and recap this goddamn game. So coming into this fucking game, I actually predicted the Golden State Warriors to win this shit, okay? I actually predicted the Golden State Warriors to win this shit simply because I thought, you know what I'm saying, that Klay Thompson, you can go back and look at my game 2 recapping that shit. I literally thought that Klay Thompson was going to be playing in Game 3. But that's literally not what fucking happened. He was out for Game 3. And the Toronto Raptors actually come in and win that shit. So, I did not expect this shit, okay? But right before the game started, when I realized Klay Thompson wasn't going to play, I thought that you know what I'm saying? I knew that, I had a feeling that the Toronto Raptors are going to come in and win Game 3 in that shit. So, we already know Toronto Raptors go and take a 2-1 lead, okay? They go and take a 2-1 lead. Stephen Curry playing all by himself, essentially, for the majority of this fucking game. So let me just go ahead and recap this goddamn shit, okay? Let me just go ahead and recap this fucking shit. And by the way, before I even get into that shit, we have the Toronto Raptors. They are at a position, okay? Even though, again, as I said, I might be overhyping this shit, but Toronto Raptors right now, they're in a position to where they can easily win a fucking championship. They're in perfect position. We already know the Toronto Raptors tonight took advantage of a perfect opportunity to take control of this goddamn series, which is probably what I'm going to title the goddamn video. Taking control of a perfect opportunity to take over this goddamn series. So we already know they come in and they win. Now they can easily win this shit because of the way that the Golden State Warriors' health is looking like with the injury of Klay Thompson. It looks like the Toronto Raptors can easily win this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because as I said, you know what I'm saying? Even when I said it before the goddamn finals started, I said that if the Toronto Raptors can at least have the series tied 2-2, you know what I'm saying? Coming into Game 5, they'll have a perfect opportunity to take a 3-2 lead. And once you're there, you can close that shit out. You know what I'm saying? In Game 6 or in Game 7 at home. You know what I'm saying? So they're in a perfect opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to come in and take control and win this goddamn series. So anyways, you already see this shit, especially with the Warriors injuries. Let me just go ahead and get on into this shit, okay? Let me just go ahead and get on into this shit. So we already know the main fucking storyline, the main thing that people are talking about this game is obviously Klay Thompson. We already know the absence of Klay Thompson, him not playing in this fucking game, which of course is obviously unfortunate, which I thought that he was going to play, which is why I predicted the Warriors to win, but I thought that Klay Thompson was going to be healthy this fucking game. And it's crazy because Klay Thompson actually wanted to play this game, but obviously Steve Kerr did not let him play because they didn't want him to risk an injury. So they took a big risk this game, basically getting rid of your only player that actually plays like an all-star consistently in this fucking shit. So we already know, coming into this goddamn game, the Golden State Warriors coming to win. And by the way, I do not want to hear, because of course, you know what I'm saying, I really doubt that there's that many of them right now, because whenever the Warriors lose, the Warriors fans don't show up. But I do not want to hear any Warriors fan, even if the Raptors come in and somehow win this goddamn finals, okay? You know what I'm saying? If they win this goddamn series, I do not want to hear any Warriors fan complain about, oh, you know what I'm saying, the Golden State Warriors are fucking injured, unless Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant are out for the rest of this goddamn series. I do not want to hear any of that fucking shit, because regardless if the Golden State Warriors are injured, you know what I'm saying, there was absolutely no excuse. You know what I'm saying? There was no excuse. You know what I'm saying? For you having DeMarcus Cousins and Draymond Green, 2 supposed all-stars, along with Stephen Curry, make it 3 fucking all-stars that come in with DeMarcus Cousins coming and playing as bad as he did, and Draymond Green playing as bad as he did. You know what I'm saying? Just like how he did in Game 1. Playing as bad as he did until he picked up the pace in the last minutes of the fourth quarter, trying to play comeback. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play catch-up or some shit like that. So there's no excuse, okay? Well, I mean, there's no excuses for them to play that bad, and Steph Curry for him to do everything by himself. So you already see this shit. Let me just go ahead and recap this goddamn game, okay? Let me just go ahead and recap this goddamn game. So already, you know, coming into the first quarter, obviously, you know what I'm saying, the Toronto Raptors playing without Toronto Raptors, you know what I'm saying, Golden State Warriors playing without Klay Thompson. They obviously have the upper hand. Of course, you know what I'm saying, right before the game, I knew that the Raptors were probably going to win that shit. And we already know, coming out of the gate, you know what I'm saying, the Toronto Raptors, of course, control the pace of the game, control the tempo of the goddamn game, and they took advantage of that shit. And you can say partially it's because of Klay Thompson wasn't there, you know what I'm saying, which is he has really great perimeter defense, so obviously it's going to leave players more open for threes, and they're going to have more looks, and obviously they can just use adjustments, you know what I'm saying, and then you just get open shots. But we already know, coming into the first quarter, they obviously dictated the pace of this goddamn game, offensively and defensively, coming out of the gate, hitting 3-point shots, which huge shout out Huge shout out to this nigga Danny Green, who obviously had an amazing fucking game, gave the Raptors a huge lift, okay, dropping 18 points, 6 fucking 3-point shots. I believe all of his points were 3-point shots, hitting 6 fucking 3-point shots out of nowhere, and it obviously started out of the gate in the first quarter, him coming in, hitting all kinds of 3-point shots, you know what I'm saying, being wide open, giving the Raptors a huge lift, giving them like a 10-point lead, getting like 30-something points in the first quarter. Obviously, he was a huge part of that shit, and I was actually surprised. Also, with him and Van Fleet, even though Van Fleet only had 11 points, still hitting it out the gate, dominating in the first quarter. We already know, huge shout out to them, giving them a perimeter jump shot. You know what I'm saying? He basically gave them perimeter jump shot, so the perimeter shooting was already on lock in the Toronto Raptors' favor, and coming into the first quarter, obviously with their fucking paint, which also I forgot to mention. Kevon Looney. This nigga Kevon Looney was also out in game 1. Also out in this fucking game in game 3. Obviously he's fucking out, so I obviously gives the Raptors obviously a massive size advantage, okay? Because people don't even realize, I don't even know if people realize how important Kevon Looney is to the goddamn team, especially when you're playing against a team that's actually dominated, you know what I'm saying, with Serge Ibaka, with fucking Pascal Siakam, with fucking Marc Gasol, you know what I'm saying, coming into the paint. So without Kevon Looney, you basically have Draymond Green all by himself trying to get buckets all the goddamn time, especially with how terribly DeMarcus Cousins played. So we already know coming into the first quarter, they were dominant. Pascal Siakam had a really great game, 18 points, had an amazing all-around performance, you know what I'm saying? Just as expected, okay? Just as expected, doing his thing offensively and defensively. Just a regular game for Siakam, not an MVP performance or anything, but he had a really great fucking game, you know what I'm saying? A really good game for his goddamn standards. So we already know coming in, you know what I'm saying? Comes in and dominates. Kawhi Leonard, you know what I'm saying? Which Kawhi Leonard, he actually did step up this game, especially in the second half, but near in the first half of this goddamn game, Kawhi Leonard was obviously mainly quiet. Mainly was because, you know what I'm saying, Danny Green doing all the fucking scoring, and you know what I'm saying, all the fucking bench players doing their fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? Especially, and also Kyle Lowry, huge shout out to Kyle Lowry, Marc Gasol also dominating the fucking post offensively and defensively, and Serge Ibaka. Who this nigga Serge Ibaka? This nigga had 6 fucking blocks. You know what I'm saying? Mainly in the second half, but he also played really aggressively in the first half, playing with the sense of urgency, which I did not expect this nigga to play with the sense of urgency, because we already know coming into games 1 and 2 of this goddamn series, Serge Ibaka, he didn't really play to the extent that I thought he was going to play. I thought he was going to play with a lot of energy playing in his first finals since the 2012 finals, but he comes in this goddamn game, he obviously played with the fucking energy, playing amazing defensively, you know what I'm saying, going for all these damn hustle plays, all that crazy shit happened, blocking shots all over the goddamn place. So they basically dominated the post, and with their jump shooting, they dominated. So on the Golden State Warriors side, we already know, in the fucking first half, playing like shit, and this nigga Stephen Curry. Now, Stephen Curry, this nigga Steph Curry finally knows how it feels like, okay, knows how it feels like to be the only player dominating and playing on an injured team. He finally knows how that shit feels like. We already know throughout the entirety of this goddamn 5 straight years in the finals, Stephen Curry's basically been bailed out. Either bailed out because the other team was injured, or bailed out, you know what I'm saying, by Kevin Durant or Draymond Green, you know what I'm saying, especially in the 2016 finals where Draymond Green was mainly doing this shit, okay, you know what I'm saying, playing like shit for most of the goddamn games, then he choked a 3-1 lead. But mainly letting Kevin Durant bail him out. I mean, multiple performances, even though he's playing great this finals, in the other finals, multiple performances where he didn't show up at all. Finally, he knows how it feels like to literally be all by himself. With this nigga had a great fucking game. He had 47 goddamn points. But we already know, in the first half, you know what I'm saying? This nigga only had like the first 10, 12 points of the goddamn game. There's literally a point where Curry had all the fucking field goals. You know what I'm saying? And we already know at the end of the first half, this nigga Steph Curry had 25 points while the team had 50 points. So this nigga's Curry literally had half of the team's points for the majority of this goddamn game. He hit 6 threes this game. You know what I'm saying? Which is literally half of the threes made in the entirety of the fucking game. And obviously, the main problem was, of course, the Golden State Warriors' perimeter jump shooting. Okay, obviously with Siakam, you know what I'm saying, coming in down low defensively, dominating the post, and Marc Gasol, and fucking Serge Ibaka, that obviously forced the fucking Golden State Warriors to be a perimeter team, and we already know they cannot handle that shit, especially considering the fact that you have fucking basically Jordan Bell, Quinn Cook, who supposedly dominated, you know what I'm saying, he stepped up in game 2, didn't really step up this fucking game. You had Jerebko, you had all these fucking people on the floor, you know what I'm saying, playing a lot more minutes than expected. Not good, okay? That's obviously not good. You're basically outmatched by talent. And obviously the Raptors starters, all of them in double figures, okay? All of them hitting 15 plus points, and getting 15 plus points. All the fucking starters coming in dominant. So, first half, it was mainly Toronto Raptors all ball game, even though, you know what I'm saying, Steph Curry started making ridiculous ass 3-point shots. But DeMarcus Cousins and Draymond Green, where did y'all niggas go? Okay, in the first half, DeMarcus Cousins comes in right out the fucking gate, airballs a bunch of shots. Airballs a bunch of 3-point shots, playing with no aggressiveness. He was supposed to be the player that was supposed to get you 25. He was supposed to be the player who would dominate the post and handle Serge Ibaka, but he couldn't fucking do that shit. Only had 4 fucking points. Terrible game. and just gets right down on the bench, playing like absolute shit. And of course, a bunch of Warriors fans are gonna be like, oh, he's not 100%. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, okay? We didn't really have a great performance game two, but he showed up to a bigger extent in game two, so don't give this fucking injury bullshit. And obviously, Draymond Green. What happened to Draymond Green? Okay, terrible fucking game. Was supposed to be the player. I mean, you already know you're playing underhanded. Why aren't you coming in? Why aren't you dominating? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you coming in playing with the sense of urgency? Curry was literally doing all by himself tonight. Now he knows how LeBron feels. Like, it's fucking crazy. So we already know coming into the second half, you know what I'm saying, the Golden State Warriors tried to go on a little bit of a run, but we already know every single time, and this is where Kawhi Leonard comes in and steps up in the second half. Every single time the Golden State Warriors try to make a little bit of a fucking run, you know what I'm saying, Kawhi Leonard comes in, hits a three-point shot, and Kyle Lowry, which I forgot to mention to Kyle Lowry, we know it's technically a starter, and I credit all the starters. We already know Kyle Lowry had an amazing game, 23 fucking points, taking it to the basket, hitting jump shots, you know what I'm saying, having a really efficient fucking game. Everyone on the Raptors having an efficient game, playing great defensively. You already know with the goddamn players inside, making the Warriors a perimeter jump shooting team, which is obviously not going to work for them. You know what I'm saying? Considering the fact that they have subpar jump shooters. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the majority of this goddamn game. So we already know in the third quarter, Warriors try to make a run. They try to come back. You know what I'm saying? Every time the fucking Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying, makes a 3-point shot, the crowd goes fucking crazy like they're about to make some crazy comeback. But obviously that did not fucking happen. Kawhi Leonard comes in, hits a 3-point shot, hits some shots to neutralize the Golden State Warriors run. Obviously a big fucking key, hitting big shots in the fourth quarter as well, had 30 fucking points. So they were just doing their goddamn thing, okay? They were just doing the fucking thing, and of course, Danny Green comes and steps up even more in the second half, making crazy 3-point shots. When the Warriors were on the fucking run, when the Warriors were making crazy 3-point shots, drawing fouls, this motherfucker, Danny Green, comes in. I remember this one play, out of the fucking shot clock, randomly gets the ball and just throws that shit up, and it goes in. And I'm like, God damn, nigga. Like, I was just fucking surprised. And they go up by 15 points, 71-85. And I was like, God damn, okay? I was like, God damn, you probably are not going to come back in this shit. So we already know, coming into the fourth quarter, Warriors tried to come back. We already know, and obviously coming into the last few minutes of the game, Draymond Green finally decides to step up and start playing with a sense of urgency. But we already know, there's literally a point where the Warriors had 90 points. And Steph Curry had 45 points already. And I'm just like, God damn. Like, is that really how much your team's not showing up? Like, it's just fucking crazy. So we already know they come in, and of course at the end, they try to make it a close game, but this motherfucker, Van Fleet, who shoots out at Van Fleet, even though he only had 11 points, he had a fucking dagger 3-point shot, giving them a 13-point lead with less than 2 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard almost lost the ball, makes a crazy-ass, amazing fucking pass, throws that shit up, goes in. And I was like, at that fucking point, that game was over. I was just fucking crazy. So we already know they come in, they win 109-123. Everyone had an efficient game essentially, which is obviously that they're going to have an efficient game essentially because Klay Thompson's not there defensively to help them. You know what I'm saying? With the fucking switches, help the Warriors with the goddamn switches. You know what I'm saying? They take advantage of it. And Serge Ibaka blocking the shit out of people. You know what I'm saying? Blocking the shit out of niggas in the last few minutes of the fucking game. So it was just crazy, okay? It was literally just crazy, but the Raptors, okay, regardless, and that's the main fucking thing. Regardless of what you want to say about the Toronto Raptors, of course, beating an injured team, one thing you can't deny is that they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? One thing you can't deny is that they still came in, stuck with their fucking game plan, and continue to win. You know what I'm saying? And played better than they would have, you know what I'm saying, than what was expected as an all-around team on the road. You know what I'm saying? And they did what they needed to do, and they had the right mindset. They did everything correct this game, okay? They played accordingly. You know what I'm saying? The entirety of this fucking game, and they come in and they take a fucking win, okay? They come in, they take a goddamn win, winning this goddamn game. So they did everything correct this game, okay? They did everything right this game, but we don't know what the fuck is going to happen, okay? We literally don't know what the fuck is going to happen for the rest of this goddamn series. So let me just go ahead and make a prediction for game 4 of this fucking shit, because we already know Raptors are obviously going to have a lot of momentum on their side, holding the Golden State Warriors to 45% field goal shooting, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Which usually doesn't happen when you play against the Warriors. So we come into the next game in this shit, okay? Coming into the next game of this fucking shit. Now, here's the thing, okay? I'm going to make a quick little prediction before I end this goddamn video. I don't know who the fuck is going to win game 4 because it makes it so hard to predict because you never know, you know what I'm saying, which players are going to come back. But what I'm seeing right now is that Klay Thompson is probably going to be playing next game. He's probably going to be playing next game. And I'm saying it right the fuck now. If Klay Thompson, okay, is healthy next game, even if Klay Thompson is healthy next game, I'm still going to sit here and I'm still going to predict the Raptors take a 3-1 lead only if Kawhi Leonard dominates with 45 fucking points and the entire team plays as good as they did. His entire team plays as good as they did. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that even if Klay Thompson comes back, they're going to limit his fucking minutes. which he probably will play in game 4. But if Kevin Durant comes in and he, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Kevin Durant, if he comes back next game, I'm predicting the Warriors to win this shit. And I'm still going to have to maintain my predictions because I'm really good at predictions because apparently before the goddamn playoffs started, before the finals started, I predicted Kevin Durant to come back in game 4, which, you know what I'm saying, is crazy that he's most likely going to come back in game 4. But in this shit, if Kevin Durant comes back next game, I'm predicting the Warriors to win this shit. I'm predicting the Warriors to win game 4, and I'm still going to have to maintain by my predictions because before the finals started, I predicted the goddamn, Warriors in 6 with Kevin Durant coming back in game 4. So I'm still maintaining my prediction, assuming that Kevin Durant's going to be playing next game. You know what I'm saying? I'm still maintaining my prediction with Warriors in 6, but if Kevin Durant doesn't play next game, Klay Thompson's more likely to play next game than Kevin Durant, I'm predicting the Raptors take a 3-1 lead if Klay Thompson doesn't come in and dominate. But we will fucking see with this shit, okay? Because I don't think he's going to be that dominant. The Raptors just need to stick with their goddamn game plan, continue to play as well, but the Warriors might make defensive adjustments. So we never know. But I'm just saying that my primary prediction is Warriors winning game 4 because Kevin Durant's probably going to return next game. So I'm predicting Warriors to win game 4, and we will fucking see what happens with that shit. So anyways, tell me what you think in the comment section of this shit. It's your boy, Sauceman X. I'm taking the fucking out of here. Peace.